college football coach passing Amos Alonzo Stagg. In the state of Alabama, you either root for Auburn or for Alabama on this day near the close of every college football season. The city of Birmingham, you can drive down any street, in fact, in the whole state, probably any road, and have no competition on the highway. Everybody's inside to watch number 4, Alabama, take on pesky old foe Auburn at Legion Field in Birmingham, where we may have an all-time record crowd today. And this ABC Sports exclusive is brought to you by Chevrolet, who invites you to see all the good things for 1982 at your local Chevy dealers. Chevy makes good things happen. By Light Beer, everything you always wanted in a beer and less. By Texaco, who also brings you quality automotive products you can trust. And by General Motors Corporation, designing and engineering cars for a changing world. Hello again, everybody. I'm Keith Jackson, and it's my privilege to be part of what's going to take place here in Birmingham this afternoon. Anytime one has an opportunity to watch someone step into history, it is indeed a privilege. And that's exactly where Paul Bear Bryant is today. He's tried to shrug it off. He can't. He made the bed. He's willing to lie in it. And this afternoon, as I said, if he gets past Auburn in this ball game, then he will have 315 victories, and that puts him all alone. Now, considering what has happened in Pittsburgh, the Alabama Crimson Tide are in the hunt for a national championship, perhaps. Certainly, in the game against Auburn, they are in the hunt for a conference championship share with the University of Georgia Bulldogs. There's all kinds of emotion wrapped around this particular day in this part of the country. Bears boys have come back, hundreds of them, from Maryland, Kentucky, Texas A&M, and certainly from Alabama. Some of those who have competed against him have come back to participate and share in this moment. One of those men is Frank Broyles, who is our expert analyst and commentator here today. And Frank Broyles, I know you have a lot of feeling about the man. I know you have a lot of feeling about the moment.
Keith, I sure do. I want everyone to know how honored I am to be here today. And I want to take this occasion to speak for all of the football coaches of our time. Uniformly, we believe in Bear Bryant, and when he does set this record, we'll be proud and happy for him.
It will be Roll Tide and War Eagle. It has started about 10 o'clock this morning. Even before they had opened the stadium gates here at Legion Field, they were in groups, growing larger all the time, shouting their favorite supported cry. This is one of those games that, as much as any, embodies the basic flavor of this piece of Americana college football.
Keith, you're right. The people of Alabama believe in football. It's a part of their life, and when you're born in Alabama, you're either an Alabama fan or an Auburn fan, and when you move in, you've got to make the choice. But this is just known as a good old country grudge match. No other way to explain it.
Paul Bryant came out of the cotton fields of Arkansas, if you will. But the young man who faces him today, Pat Dye, as the head coach of Auburn, came out of the cotton fields. It is a common thing to find in this part of the country young people who grow up into be something of sports legends who have come from spare beginnings. You and I had breakfast this morning with Pat Dye. His attitude, his philosophy, his demeanor was most interesting.
It really was. You could tell that he was sold on being the football coach at Auburn University. He's going to be quite a football coach, Steve. He's got a great salesmanship. He can communicate, and he loves these people.
And here comes the Tide. With a record of 8-1-1. Looking for a share of the SEC championship, possibly looking at a share, if not a claim, on the national championship, going to the Cotton Bowl and coached by the Bears. There he is. I talked to him earlier today, and he's made a very simple human comment. He said, "I'm scared to death." The next roar that will knock the leaves off the ridges and the hills of this part of Alabama will be heard when the Plainsmen, the Tigers from Auburn, come into the stadium. And it seems a team with an almost impossible challenge.
It is, Keith, but then when you talk to Pat Dye, as we did this morning, you could see the gleam in his eye. He believes that his team has got a chance to win. He recognizes that they don't have quite the talent of Alabama, but he said our players will play hard, they'll play together, they'll give their very best effort, and with a few breaks, we'll take it right down to the wire.
Here they are, the Tigers. But it's a very young team that has grown better and better and better with each passing week. And you know who trained Pat Dye? Paul Bryant. But Paul Bryant has a habit of beating his students. His record is imposing in that capacity. And we'll see today what this young man, Pat Dye, can do against the old mentor, the Bears. It's going to be a day to remember. No matter the final score, Paul Bryant will dominate the day, and we hope you will enjoy it. Alabama's season record reflected there, ranked 4th in the UPI coaches poll and AP. They lost to Georgia Tech by 3, tied their last outing 2 weeks ago, a most decisive win over Penn State at State College, Pennsylvania. Auburn started out with a win, upset by Wake Forest, lost to Tennessee and Nebraska, 1-2, then lost 1. Lost by only 4 to Mississippi State, then won 2 more, and their last game defeated by the Georgia Bulldogs. Auburn will kick off. Joey Jones is deep for Alabama. Dave Blanks kicks it off for the blue-shirted Auburn Tigers, and the game is underway. It is Lenny Patrick on the far sideline, bringing it back up the field, and the Tigers swarm him at about the 23-yard line. So on a 60-degree afternoon at Legion Field in Birmingham, it is jammed to its ultimate capacity and perhaps even then some. Alan Gray will open at quarterback. When the teams were being introduced, the starting lineups to the crowd by the public address announcer before the game, Alabama's quarterback spot was unannounced. That's the way he introduced it. But it is Alan Gray, the senior from Tampa, starting with Joe Carter, Ken Simon, and Paul Carruth behind him out of the wishbone. And it goes to Simon, number 20. And Simon is walloped right at the line of scrimmage. Here's a look at the people in the backfield. Gray, 6'2", 184. Ken Simon, 6'1", 198. Paul Carruth, the sophomore, 207 pounds. And Joe Carter, 189 pounds. They're all from this part of the country. Jesse Vendross, speedster and wide receiver, with Joey Jones in there right now. Joey is only 5'9", 165, a sophomore from Mobile. He can fly. They stay on the ground out of the wishbone with Simon carrying the ball, and the Auburn Tigers swarm again at the line of scrimmage. Joe Beasley, 247-pound tackle. Mike Adcock, a 242-pound guard. Steve Mott, a center, at 247. Doug Vickers, right guard, 243. Mike McQueen, 243-pound sophomore. And Bart Trout, 6'3", 225, tight end. The ball is on the 24, where it is 3rd down and 9, and Alabama spends a timeout early in the ball game. So the Tide, looking at the Auburn defense, which is moving around, decides to spend the timeout. Alabama spending the timeout to talk about its offensive alignment against an Auburn defense that's dancing all over the place. Here are the people who are playing the defense for Auburn: Hardy, Nelson, Altman, Humphrey, Jackson, Skutak, Martin, King, Drinkard, Harris, and Dorminey. Right now a 5-man, 6-man front up there for Auburn, and they go inside with it, and the Plainsmen had him. Ken Simon carrying the ball again for Alabama, and the blue shirts jump him at the line of scrimmage, and the Auburn defense has done its job. Dow Ockman, the man, the nose guard that brought him down. So Alabama, on 3 plays at the line of scrimmage in their first possession, gained 1 yard. And Simmons is in the punt. Malcolm Simmons averaging just under 44 yards per kick. It is not a particularly good punt. It does take an Alabama bounce. However, it is picked up by the Auburn man on the move. It is big run. He may go. No, it's caught from behind. It's Chuck Clinton from Pensacola. Chuck Clinton of Pensacola electrifies the Auburn side of the field and scared the Alabama folks half to death.
Keith, it's a brilliant run. Surprisingly enough, Auburn had the block on. Watch number 2. Watch the block at the top of your screen. Knock the Alabama man inside, letting Clinton run down the boundary. Good faking, good footwork. Nearly stepped out of bounds. I guess he didn't. Finally gets brought down by number 27 of Alabama.
Clinton had returned only 4 punts all year, so you can see how they've been moving around at Auburn, finding new places for new people to play, as Pat Dye in his first year makes changes. And on the first carry, on first down at the Alabama 14, George Peoples, the fullback, hits in there and gets a yard.
Let's watch another view of this electrifying, brilliant punt return by Chuck Clinton, number 2. Look at the Auburn blocks. Look at the convoy that they have. That's a beautiful punt return. And excellent running by Clinton, number 2 of Auburn.
Second down and 9 from the Alabama 13. The quarterback takes it down the line to the 10-yard line. That is Ken Hobby, number 13 at quarterback, brought down by Mike Pitts. The Auburn offensive unit, Joe Sullivan, got the starting call. George Peoples at tailback. Lionel James is a halfback. He is a sophomore. Mike Edwards is a halfback. He is a junior. Christopher Woods is the split end, and he is a sophomore. Joe Sullivan is back in now as Pat Dye alternates his quarterback. The so-called designated quarterback system. It is third down and about 6, and it's into the middle with the ball carrier Ron O'Neal, a 245-pound freshman out of Atlanta. And he gets it to about the 8. For Auburn up front, David Jordan, 245-pound tackle. Charlie Garnham, a 215-pound guard. Not very big. Bob Hicks, the center, 228. Keith Euchre, 262 at guard. Pat Arrington, 255 at tackle. And the tight end is Ed West at 6'1", 231. Auburn now on 4th down will go for the field goal. From 25 yards, Al Del Greco out of Joe Sullivan's hold. It is in the air, and he missed it. Pat Dye stunned by the failure of the Auburn Tigers to come away with some points on a glorious opportunity. They had the ball after the punt return by Clinton on the Alabama 14, and they come away empty.
We've seen many times the Alabama defense rise to the occasion when they have their backs to the wall. And again, we watch the field goal. Let's see. Evidently, Keith, he didn't compensate quite enough for the ball on the right hash mark.
Some of the Auburn players were complaining, but the judgment of the officials, it was outside when it went through there. Great defensive play as the Alabama quarterback Alan Gray tries to get out of there, and Edmund Nelson, a senior from Tampa, number 99, got him.
I think we should mention for the viewers that both teams used the wishbone. Pat Dye coached at Alabama, and both coaching staffs feel, Keith, that it could develop into a defensive struggle early in the ball game. They're so familiar with the style of play of each other's offenses.
Earlier in the day, in case you missed it, Penn State stunned number 1 Pittsburgh 48-14. The ball is on the 17, second down and 13. Gray keeps it, and he's loose down the sidelines with some help. He gets 1 block, and now they get him all the way down at the Auburn 20. The Alabama offensive unit sealed off the left side. Auburn was overcommitted, and Jeff Jackson finally ran him down as Gray goes for 63 yards.
It's a reverse option play, and Auburn did not have anybody assigned to the quarterback. You can notice that number 46, Joe Carter, catches up with Gray. Number 14 is going to make a key block right here, letting Gray go on down to the 20-yard line. The option play still one of the most exciting plays in college football.
Ball is marked at the Auburn 21. And so now here is Alabama with an opportunity to put some points on the scoreboard at 10 minutes and 28 seconds to play in the first quarter. 63-yard run by Alan Gray. Joey Jones comes racing onto the field for Alabama. Now he's got to hurry and get off because the play has already been called and Jesse Bendross lines up at wide receiver. The ball goes to Caruth. Then Paul Caruth hits it over the right side inside the 20, gets it near the 18, brought down by Danny Skutak, a senior from Opelika, Alabama. That's down near Auburn's campus.
What we're watching from the defense is counter strategy, knowing Alabama's style of play. Pat Dye was the coach there for 9 years, moving around, jumping, trying to confuse the blocking assignments of the offensive line of Alabama.
Now they've got a double wing set up. Different offensive set for Alabama. As Gray goes to the right side and gets around the corner, inside the 15 to the 13 before he is wrestled down. And Zach Hardy, a senior from Hueytown, Alabama, makes the tackle for Auburn. You all know Hueytown. That's where the Allison brothers come from. Ball is sitting on the Auburn 13, where it is 3rd down and 2 for Alabama. No score here in the first quarter. Auburn had an opportunity, missed the field goal. It's Caruth. Paul Caruth, a 6'1", 207-pound sophomore from Summit, Mississippi. And he is not pleased with the play. I think you could probably read what he said. It had to do with the offensive line.
Well, the offensive line is the real key in short yardage, and they didn't come off on the ball, but they still, through good running by Caruth, made the first down.
Paul Caruth, to me, looks a great deal like Major Ogilvy carrying the ball, who played here for 4 years.
What Keith means by that, he doesn't have great speed, but he's very determined, sure ball carrier, good blocker, just a hard-nosed football player.
With a knack for sticking it in the end zone.
Yes.
It is a first down, as you saw, for Alabama. The ball is just outside the Auburn 10. It goes inside the number 20, Ken Simon, and the junior out of Montgomery. Got pretty good surge on the right side of the offensive unit that time and puts the ball inside the 7.
Keith, in all of my time in coaching, as we look at Bear Bryant's coaching victories, 314, Lonzo Stagg 314, tied. In all the years I was coaching, the wishbone attack inside the 10-yard line has more success putting the ball in the end zone than any offense I've ever seen. 3 running backs back there who can all block and carry the ball.
Outside it goes to Caruth, to the corner, to the goal line, short. The hit, Greg Carr, sophomore from Birmingham, kept him out of the end zone. He may have a first down. They'll move the chains over. The ball is just short of the goal line. It could be a 1st and goal for Alabama. Just that much. 8 minutes and 2 seconds to play in the first quarter. The officials for today's game: James Harper, the referee; Pete Williams, umpire; Bob Gaston, linesman; Ed Dudley, the line judge; field judges Bill Stanton and Charlie Horton, the back judge. It is 3rd down, and the ball is about a foot away from the Auburn goal line. Gray keeps. Touchdown, Alabama. So the Tide gets on the board on an 80-yard march, and Peter Kim, who suffered a serious injury during the course of the season. Now back and ready to kick. Young man from Honolulu nails it out of Gray's hold, and it's good. So Alan Gray goes for 65 yards on that 80-yard march, and Alabama takes the lead. That's Legion Field in Birmingham with the Goodyear Blimp America, Captain Don McDuff out of Anson, Texas, and our cameraman Bill Sullivan. And there's your first quarter score with 7 minutes and 47 seconds to play. Alabama taking it in from 80. And here's the kickoff. Terry Sanders hits it, and Clayton Buford is the deep man, but he won't get it. It goes to a short man, Ed Graham. And Graham gets out of there, and look at this. Once again, Auburn gets very good field position, as it looks like they're handling themselves well on kick returns today. The history of the Alabama scoring drive to take the lead.
One thing that we should mention that Alan Gray has not been noted for his running as a quarterback. He only had a 2.5 average for the season, but he made a great run when Auburn failed to pick up the quarterback on the option play.
Now the Tigers come up out of the wishbone. And Sullivan is the quarterback. Outside it goes. And Willie Howell, junior from Thomaston, Georgia. Didn't get much out of it. Christopher Woods goes in at a split-end position. Ken Hobby goes in, a freshman from Tifton, Georgia, as the quarterback.
Keith, he's the best passer of the Auburn young quarterbacks.
Break the bone, put a man in motion. That's Howell. Pressure's on, the pass is off over the middle, the pass incomplete, intended for Christopher Woods. So there's your first pass of the afternoon by Auburn, or either team for that matter.
Here are the comparisons of the offensive stats for the season. Alabama way ahead in rushing, a little bit ahead in passing, obviously way ahead in the total. Auburn is very limited in their offensive personnel.
Joe Sullivan is back now at quarterback for Auburn, and he alternates quarterbacks depending on the circumstance on the field. And Sullivan on a roll. The younger brother of Pat Sullivan, who won the Heisman at Auburn, gets it across the 35, and he is brought down by Thomas Boyd. Weak side linebacker. It'll be 4th down, and Auburn will have to punt the ball.
One thing that we should mention, that Alabama's pass defensive group, the secondary, are outstanding. 2 all-conference players, Harris and Wilcox, and 2 very fine players, Castile and Perry.
Alan Bollinger is the man in to punt. Joey Jones deep to receive it. There are 10 white shirts up front. Now they peel off. The kick goes to Jones, not too deep, at the 25. And coming downfield, number 2 to make the play. That is Chuck Clinton, who made the big punt return run for Auburn early in the going. It was a 39-yard punt, and he lost 2 on the return.
1-yard loss on the return.
Walter Lewis is now in at quarterback for Alabama. Ricky Moore is in the backfield, the big freshman from Huntsville. Jeff Fagan, number 35, is in there, as is 25, Lenny Patrick. Lewis back to throw it. Sets up his screen. The pass is caught. And the gain is out to about the 28. Jeff Fagan, 35, made the grab. And Bob Harris brought him down for Auburn. Alabama has a Jim Bob Harris in its secondary. Auburn has a Bob Harris, and an Alabama man is shaken up on the play. Looks like it's Fagan. Vern Lundquist is with us today, and he's standing right now with a fellow named Joe Namath.
We've got Joe Willie Namath here, Jerry Pate, the pro golfer. John David Crow is also on the sideline. Joe, what is your most fond memory of the Bear?
Fond memories.
Not the suspension, I don't think.
Letting me come back on the team at one time. Now, Coach Bryan teaches his players, taught me a great deal about how to live life, how to get along. You know, he teaches us things out in the football field, but that carries over to everyday life. He's just a good friend. I love him, and all of his players do.
Well, it's a great tribute to him that so many of you have come back here.
Hey, we always like being around him. You know, he's just a great man. We enjoy visiting with him.
Okay, Joe, thank you. Keith?
All right, Vern, thank you. Fagan trots off the field. 2nd down and 6 for Alabama. From the 27. The ball is given off to Ricky Moore. Fumble. And it's a white shirt on it. Mike McQueen, the right tackle. Bob Kayavek, one of 2 players dropped from the team for a curfew violation. Gary Bramblett, the other. Both of them offensive linemen.
I think we should mention again that Bear plays a lot of players in each ball game. He's got his 2nd backfield in the ball game right now.
Ball is just outside the 31. 3rd down and 3. It's Lenny Patrick. Dives for the yard marker, and I don't know if he made it. Just depends on the spot as Tim Drinkard shoves him out of bounds. As we told you, Penn State defeated #1 Pittsburgh today, 48-14. A startling score. And on Thursday, Texas beat Texas A&M 21-13. They are a yard short. Yesterday, many of you I'm sure saw, Miami beat Notre Dame, and Florida is hammering Florida State in the 4th quarter, 35-3. Winner of that one will go where? The Peach Bowl, isn't it?
Yes. By West Virginia.
Rush on, kick is away. Penalty flag thrown downfield. Clinton has it, and there's nothing but white shirts around it. And they got it.
Got 12 men on the field, Keith.
Alabama or Auburn?
Auburn has 12 men on the field.
45-yard punt. The ball is down at the 23. And it's up to Alabama to accept or refuse. Tennessee and Vanderbilt have a wild one going, don't they, in the 4th quarter? 38-34. Tennessee's going to the Garden State Bowl. Boston College beat Holy Cross today, 28-24.
15-yard penalty when you play 12 men against the opponents.
26-0 Houston. Oklahoma over Oklahoma State at halftime by 20-3. Obviously, the 15-yard penalty will give Alabama a 1st down.
Too many men on the field. Receiving team. Alabama will retain possession.
That's why maybe Pat Dye and his staff were so excited on the sidelines. They were trying to get somebody off, huh?
What it appeared to be.
48-yard line. 1st down for the Tide, and Lewis to throw it. He throws for Bendross, and it's just barely high, just off his fingers.
Bendross is the wide receiver. Remember that the wishbone really threatens the run. You can see the wide open area that he has to operate in. And then you see break to the outside. Bob Harris, number 28, the strong safety, is trying to cover him. Bendross has him whipped. The ball is off his fingertip, incomplete.
Tim Clark has come in now, replacing Bendross on 2nd down and 10 for Alabama. They lead 7-0 in the 1st quarter. And Lewis will put it up. He goes for Jones, and Joey can't get to it. At 5:07 to go in the 1st quarter, it will be 3rd down and 10.
Walter Lewis, the present quarterback for Alabama, as we look at Bear Bryant, a little bit disturbed right now, 3rd and 10. Walter Lewis is by far the best passer that Alabama has. He's completed 27 out of 57 for a 47% average for 579 yards and 5 touchdowns.
3rd and 10.
This is a running down for Alabama. Nope, they don't throw it.
Ball's down, back inside the 30. Lost his footing. Auburn had 4 people coming after him. And Lewis trying to set up, couldn't do it, loses 19 yards. And next Saturday, we'll have more football for you, a doubleheader as Georgia plays Georgia Tech, closing out their seasons, and the traditional between Army and Navy from Philadelphia will wrap up the day for us at 3:45 Eastern Time. Simmons' kick is away, and it's a dandy. Clinton backs up to his 21. Looking for a little help and can't get much. He had 1 man down there helping him. That was not enough. He got back to near the 30 after a 49-yard punt, an 8-yard return, 4:27 to play, 1st quarter. The defensive front for Alabama, Pitts, Klein, Lyles, Edwards, and Wood, and they're big. 267, 257, 248, 215. Secondary and linebackers there, Jones, Boyd, Castile, Farron, Wilcox, and Jim Bob Harris. Auburn with the ball just short of the 30. Alabama leading 7-0, and Hobby is the quarterback for the Tigers. It goes to the second man outside, and Lionel James, who's been their leading runner, a sophomore from Albany, 5'6". What was the line Pat and I had about his backfield?
As we watched the option, Pat Todd told me, so in our backfield, we've got a wide receiver at halfback, a midget, and a nose at the other halfback, and a nose guard at fullback.
Clayton Buford now comes in. He is the third quarterback. Yeah. Buford quick, comes off that snap in a hurry. He pulls it down, runs for the corner, and Boyd and company, the two linebackers, Robbie Jones and Thomas Boyd, bring him down. It'll be third down.
Alabama defense has always been awesome. As we look at number 97,
Robbie Jones.
Robbie Jones, the leading tackler for Alabama. You see he gets a quick read, knowing that Buford is going to run the ball. He hasn't attempted a pass this year, even though he's a quarterback. He gets help from Thomas Boyd, number 90.
You have a number 89 in the backfield now. That's Mike Edwards. James goes in motion. Hobby is in at quarterback, pressure zone, trying to set up a screen to the sidelines. They've got some room. They've got a first down. Pass goes to the tight end, Ed West. The tight end screen works for a first down, 13 yards, and Auburn keeps the ball at 3:35 to go in the first quarter.
You're going to see the fake quarterback rolling to the right. Now, Lyles, number 91, is about to get him within his grasp, but Hobby turns and throws it west to tight end. You can see the convoy flockers as Alabama was fooled on the play. West goes down the boundary for the first down.
Say, that Hobby kept it to the last second, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
It's first down. He's just over the 45. Outside goes the quarterback, Hobby. And he's horse-collared after about a 2-yard pickup by Robbie Jones.
Robbie Jones, number 97, has the speed and the quickness, the temperament that you're looking for. He reads the play very quickly as the quarterback starts out the boundary. Now he forces. He looks at how he closes to the ball carrier and just lassos him around the neck. Quarterback Hobby goes down, fumbles the ball out of bounds.
Second down and long 7. Ball is on the 48. Play goes into the middle with George Peoples carrying, a senior out of Tampa. And he reaches midfield with it. So it's third down and about 5 at midfield. .240 to play, first quarter. Joe Sullivan now in at quarterback. Designated quarterbacks for a particular circumstance. We've seen 3 already. James goes in motion. Pass is away. The pass is complete to Ed West. And West is inside the 20 and down at the 18. Would you believe what that kid did at quarterback? Warren Lyles was all over him, and he saw his tight end, and he hit him.
Watch Sullivan, whose brother was a Heisman Trophy winner, throw the ball out as Lyles had hold of his leg. West, the tight end, had gotten in behind. Jim Bob Harris, who was up on a blitz. Big play and a great first down opportunity for Auburn again.
At the Alabama 19, 31-yard pickup. Hobby is back in at quarterback. It goes inside to the big guy. George Peoples. He got a yard, a hard yard.
If we go back to the visit we had with Pat Dye this morning, he said that he thought that his team would be able to get in behind Jim Bob Harris because he tries to support the run so quickly that they had a chance to get in behind him, and they just did.
Clayton Buford now in at quarterback. He gives it to Peoples, and Peoples almost popped out of there with it. He gets it down to about the 10, where Robbie Jones got just enough of him to bring him down. He's about a yard short of the first down. Third down coming up.
That was tremendous blocking by Yuka, the All-Southeastern Conference right guard of Auburn, as he pulled and trapped out Edwards and opened up a hole for people.
Ninth play in this possession. Tigers started on their own 30. Buford breaks his bone now, leaving Peoples, the lone remaining back, on a double wing setup. And he has the ball, and he has the first down as he reaches the Alabama 8. First and goal to go for Auburn.
Well, this is Auburn's second scoring opportunity. They're inside the 10 with a first down, wishbone running attack.
Goal line defense sent in down there as Mike Rodriguez goes in, replacing Jim Bob Harris. They got the big boys out there. Hobby, the quarterback. Hobby back, looks to throw it. Throws, it is intercepted, I believe. Yes. Intercepted by Tommy Wilcox, the man that Pat Dye and his staff fears more than any other. And the pass should not have been thrown, really. He had him open early, but by the time he was able to set himself frank, the receiver was gone.
And after he faked to the fullback, you can see he's taken too many steps. The ball should have been thrown on about his third step. But Wilcox, who has already been named on the All-American football team, 3 times All-Southeastern Conference performer, always in the right place at the right time. Perfect illustration of why Bear Bryant says he's one of the best defensive backs he has ever coached. Here Hobby again. Now the receivers keep the benches open way back there. But Hobby held the ball a little long, giving Wilcox time to recover, come in front, get in front of the receiver, West, catch the ball for the interception.
Live action as Alabama tries to wedge it out. They're starting at their 1. Ken Simon carried the ball, and the Tigers stack him up. Looks like he got about a yard. There's Tommy.
93.
We had him on a cross-country tour with us this summer, and he's an exceptionally interesting, quiet young man. But what a nice young man he is. The third and fourth stringers have been in and out all day long. Well, in the case of these two teams, you say we don't have third and fourth stringers. We just have football players, and when these two teams play, it's just sick 'em. There's Legion Field. We have not had a read on the crowd as yet, but it's going to be a big one. The record here is just over 78,000. Goodyear Blimp America. Alabama's had 6 different ball carriers so far and 2 quarterbacks in the game. Right now they're looking at second down and 9 from their 2. Penalty flag is thrown as Joe Carter slants it over the left side, gets it out near the 5. So let's see about the penalty. Might have been some encroachment by an Auburn man, or he could have been drawn off. Let's see. Offsides Auburn.
That's a tough penalty. And
here's the Alabama running attack. You see it's always spread around, isn't it?
yes,
Offside defense.
it is, Chief. With the wishbone, you have 3 running backs and a running back, a quarterback, which means that they have to shift the responsibility around. And you can see that Lewis is second, the quarterback is second in rushing with only 315 yards.
It is second down for the Tide. They need 4. Gray, the quarterback. He's got a first down as he reaches the 15. Greg Carr knocked him out.
Out of bounds to 15.
Here are the stats for the first quarter. Total yards, as you can see, is nearly even. 69 for Alabama, 71 for Auburn. 1 turnover by Auburn, very costly as they were threatening. We anticipated a little defensive struggle at the beginning. That's about what's taking place.
Well, Alan Gray has carried the ball 5 times and picked up 74 yards. One of them, of course, the big 63-yarder. First down for Alabama. And the ball is to Caruth. Caruth flips it outside. And Carter is knocked down up around, no, Ricky Moore it is, knocked down up around the 19. Greg Carr made the tackle.
Of course, this was a very unusual play. Reverse, where the quarterback throwing the option play, but Carter, number 54, the linebacker, was not fooled on the play. Watch him hit him head up, and he brings Moore down.
Moore's a big fellow, 6-footer, 226 pounds.
Just the freshman.
Gain 4, second down and 6. Gray with it. And he is caught behind the line of scrimmage. Penetrating is Edmund Nelson, number 99. That's the second time that Nelson's made a tackle for a loss.
One thing that Auburn's tackles are doing is stepping inside on the quarterback and then coming out, and they're breaking the seam between the guard tackles. Nelson just came clean, made the play.
Third down and a little over 6 now for Alabama. The ball is in between the 19 and 20. Bart Trout, the tight end, flexes out wide to the left, top of the picture. Ray sets up to throw. Auburn gets it. Edmund Nelson again comes roaring in, number 99, and drops the Alabama quarterback, and it's punting time.
Keith, I think we should mention as Nelson makes this break clean in the backfield, he is going over the young man that's replaced Kaevac, which had been dismissed from the football team. 99, Nelson has a free run right at Gray and makes the play.
And so Simmons stands in the end zone to punt. Hits it at the 3. Spins it upfield to Clinton. Backs up to the 36. And brings it back. He backed up to the 41 and brings it back to about the 48 or 9. 51-yard punt by Simmons. 12:37 to play in the first half. In the Auburn offense, we've alluded to it already, that Pat Dye's used 3 different quarterbacks, and he calls them his designated quarterbacks depending on the circumstance, because one of them can run better than another one can pass better than another, and another one's a little quicker than the other 2.
And Sullivan has the most experience since he was a starter last year on the I formation for Auburn.
Ball is just outside the Tigers' 48. First down for Auburn, and Sullivan gives it to Woods, and Christopher Woods coming around the corner on a reverse. Gets it down to about the Alabama 41, where he is brought down by Jimmy Watts playing defensive end, the sophomore from Gulf Breeze, Florida. And it's new shirt time. Get into the box.
Well, Alabama pursues so quickly and rapidly. They have great speed among their linemen and linebackers, and when the play starts in one direction, most of the players take off. And a reverse sometimes can be very successful against them.
Change coming across the field for the measurement with 12 minutes and 18 seconds to play in the first half, and Alabama leading by a score of 7-0. And it's a first down for Auburn.
Now we see Hobby in at quarterback, number 13, who's a combination runner and passer.
It was Hobby that hit the tight end, or tried to hit the tight end for the touchdown, and had the ball intercepted in the corner of the end zone. There's your second option. It goes to James, and James cannot get around the corner. He got just about the line of scrimmage, and that was it. And there's a penalty flag thrown right where the ball was snapped.
No gain on the play.
Hobby comes out. Buford goes in. Ron O'Neal goes into the Auburn backfield. Both coaches shuffling people in and out of that lineup constantly.
Now, as we watch Buford, another freshman quarterback, take his stand, he is the best runner of all of the Auburn quarterbacks.
Here's the call. On the
Holding. Defense.
The ball is moved on the holding penalty down inside the Alabama 32. They have not moved the changes yet. Now they'll go. O'Neal comes out, and George Peoples goes back in. George had to come out and change his shirt. It was torn off his back. First down for Auburn. Just inside the Alabama 32. Buford spins it inside and gets a yard, maybe 2, before Benny Perrin comes up from a cornerback to make the tackle for Alabama. ABC's NFL Monday Night Football presentation will come out of Miami as the Philadelphia Eagles go south to play the Dolphins. And the Dolphins, really a team that needs a win here. They're sharing the AFC East with the New York Jets. The Eagles are sitting in there at 9-3, and they are still in quite a struggle with the Dallas Cowboys in the NFC East. Second down and 9 from the 31-yard line as Hobby sets up, throws for the corner. Incomplete, intended for Christopher Woods. Knocking it away, Jeremiah Castillo and Jim Bob Harris, and Jim Bob appears shaken up.
It's a fake of the option play, which is supposed to pull the defensive back up, but not Jeremiah Castile. Number 19, excellent defensive back. You can see him go up at his height, getting a little help from Jim Bob Harris. Number 9, ball falls incomplete.
And it's third down and about 9. Al Blue is down in there, defensive secondary. They send it inside, and there isn't much in there. They advance to about the Alabama 27.
Stop made by number 96, Randy Edwards.
Now Sullivan comes on. And so does the Auburn place kicker, Al Del Greco. This one will be a pretty good size. They're going to spot the ball out at the 33. It'll be a 43-yard field goal attempt. And timeout is called by Auburn with 10:34 to play in the first half. And Alabama is sitting on a 7-0 lead. An 80-yard march in which the Alabama quarterback Gray picked up 65 of it. All right, Al Del Greco, a sophomore from Coral Gables, Florida, who has missed in the ball game from 25 yards, is now going to try to hit one from 43 and get Auburn on the scoreboard. It's up. He missed it to the right again. He missed the first one on the right side, and he misses this one on the right side, and he had plenty of leg on it. And so Auburn again is turned away. And now let us spend a moment with Dave Dials.
All right, Keith, thank you very much. You've got an exciting game there. It wasn't very exciting for number 1 ranked Pittsburgh today. The Panthers knocked off by Penn State, in case you missed it, and that score is correct. 48-14. Kurt Warner with 104 yards on the ground. Kenny Jackson with 158. Blackledge 2 touchdown passes. So the number 1 team gets knocked off. Back to Keith.
Thank you, Dave. And on first down, Alabama comes to the attack from the 27. And there is nothing out there for Walter Lewis as he tries to take it across the field looking for something to open, but the Auburn defense just kept stringing him and then slammed the door on him.
One thing we've noticed on the last 2 possessions of Alabama is the fact that they're going wide or passing. The reason for this is the Auburn defense is bunched up inside, trying to stop the straight-ahead thrust of the powerful wishbone.
You can see the weather is very pleasant, 60 degrees in Birmingham. And it's second down and 8. They take it inside, and Ricky Moore is brought down by Danny Skutak.
Danny Skutak is an all-conference football player, the leading tackler, just a fireball-type player. He read the play as quickly as anyone I've ever seen, and he hits Simon in the backfield, and there's nothing there. Excuse me, Walker in the backfield, number 26, freshman fullback. Great play by Skutak.
29-yard line, third down, and about 7, a little more than 7. Lewis to Caruth. Caruth is caught and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Well, Pat said his defense could play with anybody, he thought. Dennis Collier was the fellow who came in there to make the initial contact, and then Dan Dickerson put Caruth down. It's fourth down, and Alabama will have to punt it.
Great span by the Auburn defense. The wishbone is not that easy to stop. Started with 1st and 10, end up with 4th and 20.
We get pretty good field position out of this. Malcolm Simmons averaging just under 44 yards, and boy, that's up dandy.
He nailed it.
That's Clinton. And Clinton comes across the 40 out to about the 43. 50-yard punt, 10-yard return. Among the bowl games to be seen here on ABC television, the Gator Bowl, December 28, matching North Carolina and Arkansas. The Tar Heels number 8 in the country in the polls, and Arkansas 17. And then the Sugar Bowl game, January 1, the evening, 8 o'clock Eastern time, number 3 Georgia against Pittsburgh. And the Panthers will not be number 1 when the polls come out next week, not after what happened today. First down for Auburn. And let's call it the 42. It's really closer there. The ball goes inside the people. Goes over the right tackle's back. And didn't find a whole lot. Working behind Pat Harrington, sophomore out of Rome, Georgia, and Keith Euchre, a senior from Hollywood, Florida. Buford is in now at quarterback as Sullivan comes out for Auburn.
Alabama will crowd the offense because Buford has not attempted a pass this year.
Second down and about 8 from near the 45. Buford is caught and struggles for about 2 as Tommy Wilcox brings him down.
He is rotating the quarterbacks on every down. Now Hobby comes into the ball game, who has somewhat of a mixture. Woods, the fastest receiver, comes in and split in.
Barbara Reeves comes out at tight end. That puts Ed West back in. 3rd and 6. Look at this. They had Hobby in there. Oh, the pass caught by Woods, and the ball squirts loose. An Alabama man dives on it.
He called it down, Keith. Completed pass.
There's a penalty flag thrown back upfield, but he was down on his back, and the ball came flying away. Jeremiah Castillo came in to scoop it up after he had belted the man. But let's see about the penalty. They had Buford in there in the backfield. The other quarter, so he had 2 quarterbacks in the backfield, and they get an illegal procedure call against him. So he might have had something else in mind. But whatever, Hobby went ahead and threw the ball. Woods caught it, but then Auburn is nailed.
Let's see if Buford, number 11, in motion. He probably turns up towards the line of scrimmage before the ball.
Illegal motion.
Illegal motion.
Offense.
Yeah. Right guard, right tackle moves ahead of the count. Some catch by Woods. Watch him go up. In a vulnerable position. Let's see.
I don't think he had the ball.
Well, let's see again. If his knee touches the ground while he's got the ball, and then he falls out, that's a good call. His back was on the ground, and the ball was in his possession.
It's 3rd down and 2 after the penalty. The pass is away to the sideline. The pass is completed to Tommy Carroll, but he is short of the 1st down at midfield. And I would think Auburn will go to the punt. Alan Bollinger, averaging just under 43 yards per kick. Joey Jones is deep for the Tide. Joey lets it go, and he's knocked it out of bounds on the 5. He hit it down the sideline, trying to keep it away from Jones, who can fly, and he keeps Alabama in bad field position with a 44-yard punt, knocking it out on the 5-yard line.
He's against Penn State with Lewis in the ball game, backed up on their own 5-yard line. He dropped back on 3 straight downs to throw the pass before they punted the ball, which doesn't appear to seem like that's Bear Bryant's strategy. But that's what he wanted to do, and that's what he did, and you might look for it here.
Well, you've got Jones and Bendross both in.
Bendross is a tight end.
Tight end, right. He's going to throw it out of the end zone. No, he didn't either. Walter Lewis, who has, I think, great leg strength. I wonder what he could do with a sled, because he really has ability to shake off tacklers.
Would it be great to have, as we look at Walter Lewis, number 10, to have a quarterback that can run a 9.600 or 4.540 and can throw the ball like Lewis did against Penn State. He had a sensational game. As we look at the running numbers for the Alabama quarterback, he's the 2nd leading ball carrier.
Gained 9 yards there, 2nd down and 1 at the 14 for Alabama. They'll take it inside. And Kenny Simon trying to pick up the 1st down is pretty close to it. But he doesn't have it. So the Auburn defense now try to cinch it up and keep Alabama pinned in here so they can get the ball back with some decent field position. 5:40 to go in the 1st half. And Alabama leading 7-0. It is Joe Carter, and looks like Carter crossed the 15. If in fact he did, it will be a 1st down. Greg Tutt, cornerback, made the hit. And it's a 1st down, Alabama. Alabama going 80 yards for the touchdown. Auburn has had 2 field goal opportunities, one from 25, one from 43, and they have not converted them. Auburn man, or is it an Alabama man? It's an Alabama man shaken up. Might be Carter, the ball carrier. So Joe Carter is shaken after the tackle. That'll bring in Jeff Fagan at his running back position at 5:32 to go. And Paul Bryant's had 20 of his 24 teams at Alabama finish in the top 10. Well, this man's story is...
You could go on and on.
You talk a month about it.
Yes, you certainly could. I think it's interesting, though, that from the time he went to the Wishbone in 1971 until the present time, he's had his greatest success.
Started his head coaching career at Maryland, then to Kentucky, then to Texas A&M, and then to his alma mater, Alabama. Carter walks off. All right. Check in with Vern Lundquist.
Keith, because of the historical importance of this game, there are a total of 17 game balls being used, tossed in and out. Everybody from the National Football Hall of Fame on down to, of course, Coach Bryant would like to have a game ball if indeed he wins his 315. 17 game balls are being used, 8 in the first half, 9 in the second.
Throw another one in, Vern. I want one, too.
All right.
First down for the Tide, just over the 15, and Walter Lewis drops it. He looks downfield. He lets it go downfield, and the pass is caught by Tim Clark, and then he can't hold on. He had his hands on it, but couldn't bring it down and control it.
Keith, what a move Tim Clark put on the Auburn defensive halfback as we look at the fake of the quarterback to the fullback, and then Lewis lays the ball out. You can see how wide open number 80 Clark is. He's gotten in behind the secondary. He catches it momentarily, but then it slips out incomplete. Boy, he was open.
Why is he wearing gloves?
It might be cold down there. Keith, it's not up here. No, I have no earthly idea.
Unusual on a 60-degree day. Lewis getting some heat. Gets a good block. Now they get him. Paul Caruth, playing out of the left halfback position in the wishbone, curled back in there and gave him a big block. Walter couldn't quite break it. He picked up about, no, give him 3, maybe. Better part of 3, make it 3rd down and 7. 7-0 Alabama.
Auburn defense has just stood right up to the test, Keith. They've been bunching up inside and getting away with incomplete passes, even though the Alabama receivers are open.
3rd and long. And they give it off to Simon, and Simon does not get the first down. A little delay coming with Simon breaking over the right side, had a hole for a moment. Then it was closed off by Bob Harris with strong safety in a support position, and the Tides got a punt.
Keith, another sharp departure from the wishbone style of play by Bear Bryant, throwing on 1st and 2nd down, running the draw play on 3rd down. Very unusual, the wishbone style of play.
David King back. Fair catch called for Auburn, and the Tigers get the ball back. 1st down on their own 37. 3:58 to go, first half. We'll have interviews with the 2 coaches. We'll have highlights of the Pitt-Penn State game for you at halftime, and ABC News halftime report. And the conversation I had earlier today with Bear Bryant. You'll enjoy that one. Oh. 1st down from the 37. Look at this. Peoples is out there. It's a foot race. And it's touchdown. Peoples goes 63 yards, and Auburn's on the scoreboard. Del Greco tries for the tie. It's good. 3:47 to play in the first half, and a bolt of lightning wearing blue. The game is tied. burnt orange and blue, joyous over this boat by people.
Keith, there's never been an offense in football where you take the fullback and run him up the middle and score without a safety man laying a hand on him. Why is that true? The safety man, Harris, was chasing the quarterback in case it was an option play, and here goes people 63 yards for the tying touchdown.
Castillo caught him.
Castillo brings it down, right. No other offense in my time you can take a fullback, run him up the middle, Keith, and not be touched. That's the wishbone.
My goodness. We've got ourselves a scuffle, don't we?
Oh, that will do something to the momentum for this Auburn football team.
Dave Blanks will kick it off. Joey Jones is deep for Alabama. It is Caruth at the 7. Down at about the 13. Johnny Cheeks brought him down.
Here's Robert Jones, number 97. You can see he's the linebacker. He's going out to chase the quarterback. On this particular play, his assignment is a quarterback. So he's going out. He ignores the fullback. That's what the wishbone does. And a little bit later, you would see Harris, number 9, going over to take the pitch. That's why people put 63 yards for the touchdown.
Ball is very close to the 12. Alan Gray coming toward the corner and takes a lick. At the 10, fumbles, and Auburn recovers it. Mark Dorminey came in and belted Alan Gray and knocked the ball loose. Dorminey, number 46.
Oh, is that Dorminey a football player? Free safety coming all the way up on the line of scrimmage. As you look at the Auburn faithful, watch the middle safety as Gray, number 14, Dorminey. Look at the right of your screen. Watch him come up. Pat Dye said he is a cold-blooded hitter. There's the result of it. Auburn has a chance.
Just short of the 10-yard line. First down for the Tigers, and Sullivan gives it outside. And the gain is down to about the 6 with Willie Howell carrying the ball, a junior at 188 pounds.
Mark Downey, Keith, I think the background should be mentioned. He has had 5 operations since he's been on the Auburn campus. You talk about dedication, you saw it right on that last play.
Hobby is the quarterback now. At the Alabama 6, second down. Double wing. People to the 5. Randy Edwards, defensive right tackle, penetrated. Big sophomore, 248-pounder from Marietta, Georgia. The other plays being indicated from the sidelines.
We ought to go back and mention Auburn has had 3 other scoring opportunities, missed 2 field goals, and then on first down had a pass interception. All those field goals would look good right now.
They sure would. Buford now the quarterback. No, it's Hobby. It's Hobby. 13.
Play to pass.
Gets it out to James. James inside the 5, rolled out at the 4. Oh, my goodness, he had his eye on the corner. The end zone just 4 strides away, but he couldn't get there as Boyd and Jones knocked him out of bounds.
Have you ever seen such speed at linebacker as Alabama has? Watch number 90, Boyd, number 97, Jones. Watch them go out the line. Look at Boyd, number 90. He's an all-conference football player, All-American, 6'3", 195 pounds.
Del Greco is in with a tee. 22-yard field goal attempt to give Auburn the lead. The snap is fumbled, and Sullivan tries to throw it away and doesn't work.
There's a face mask penalty, though, Keith, I believe.
Penalty flag thrown back on about the 20-yard line, so hold on everything here. Hold on.
No.
No.
Illegal pass.
Illegal pass. Mike Hicks snapped the ball back for Auburn. They hold by Sullivan. He just simply couldn't get a handle on it. And here's the call on the penalty.
Intentional grounding on offense. Down count. The ball goes over first down.
And so once again, Auburn is turned away. They have failed on 3 field goal opportunities.
Keith, a field goal opportunity is a 3-man team. The center, the holder, and then the kicker. And the ball went right through Sullivan, number 5's hands.
Snap looked all right.
It did. It looked perfect, right over the tee.
Well, Alabama has the ball. We're all tied at 7-7. And the ball goes to Jeff Fagan, number 35, and he goes into the boundary and out of bounds. At 1:29 to go in the first half, they mark it just short of the 30. Auburn, if they had been successful, obviously, on the 3 field goal attempts, would have an imposing lead here at halftime.
With the way their defense is playing, they could rest on the laurels of the defense for a while.
Well, Pat Dye said we want our offense to go out there and keep the ball alive long enough to give our defense a chance to win. 2nd down and 6. Walter Lewis drops back to throw, looks for Jones deep down the middle. Jones is out there well covered, and it is incomplete, intercepted as the ball ricocheted off the cover man. And David King knocked it away, and Dorminey caught it just before it hit the turf.
There we see the Auburn faithful, but that was a sensational effort by both King and Dorminey. You can see Jones, number 4, he's in behind the freshman halfback, number 27, David King. But King has a little burst. Watch the burst as Jones has to slow up the ball. It's deflected, and watch this effort by Dominic off his helmet. That's off his King's helmet, but look at the effort by Dominic, number 46. What a sensational play. 3rd interception of the year for Mark.
Mark Dorminey gives Auburn the ball at the 23. First down with 1:20 to go in the first half. Hobby hands it off to Peoples, and George runs it up close to the 29. Got about 6 yards on that carry. Peoples now on 10 carries has 91 yards.
I think Auburn will be content to just run the clock out. 1 minute, less than a minute to play.
Peoples again surging up the middle for what appears to be a first down. That will stop the clock at 48 seconds to go. They may want a measurement of this one. So Auburn, with missed opportunities haunting them, missing 3 field goals. They could have broken on top, didn't do it. Missed a 25-yarder, missed a 43-yarder, and missed a 22-yarder.
Keith, and Al Del Greco, the Auburn kicker, was 8 out of 14 coming into this ball game. Missed 3 in the first half.
It's a first down for the Tigers at their own 33, and the clock now running with a change in place at 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Look at this formation, a little triple wing.
Triple wing to the top of the picture as Sullivan rolls that way and puts it in the air to the sidelines, and the man is taken out of bounds at the Alabama 47. It was Tommy Carroll making the catch. He is from Dunwoody, Georgia, which is a community near Atlanta.
Well, you can see that Auburn had triple wing as they went 3 men down. Then Woods got right out and catches the ball. Excuse me, Tommy Carroll.
Time called with 26 seconds to play in the first half. And we'll be right back. 26 seconds remaining to play in the first half. We are tied. Alabama 7, Auburn 7. Paul Bryant's Alabama Crimson Tide, if they can win it today, will be number 315 for him, moving him past Amos Alonzo Stagg as the winningest coach ever. Triple wing to the left side as Sullivan puts it up deep, and it is incomplete. Believe it or not, he had 3 receivers downfield, and none of them were close to the ball because I think one of the 3 made a wrong turn. The man that was supposed to curl it to the boundary didn't do it.
I think it was Carroll. Again, you can see 3 receivers right here, triple wing. Carroll, number 84, was supposed to hook up, I believe, but all of them went deep. Oh, he did hook up, I guess. Yes, he did. The ball was overthrown way over his head. I didn't even see him. I thought we had 3 deep.
20 seconds to go in the first half. Sullivan sets up to throw it. He throws a broken wing downfield, and it's incomplete. That bird just didn't fly. That bird just did not fly. It slid out of his hands. Al Blue finally knocked it down, but it was one of those things you didn't even, well, all you had to do is just hope it wasn't picked off.
That's right, but it's a planned play, as all three of them are running in the same area, hoping that the ball would be deflected and one would be there to catch it. Let's see what happens. All three of them turn it at the same time. You can tell that's a rehearsed play.
That thing had a broken wing coming down.
It looked like one of my passes. Coach Bobby Dodd, my old coach, said I could throw the best wounded dove in the world.
12 seconds to play in the first half, and we've got a timeout called by Auburn. They have none remaining. So, Paul Bryant plotting on the sidelines with his defensive people. In Donahue is the man that puts the defensive game plan together for Alabama. Pat Dye across the way, who coached under Bryant as an assistant for 9 years.
From there, he went to East Carolina, and then on to Wyoming and back to Alabama. As we look at the timeouts, Auburn has none left.
You can see that the Tigers have had their chances. They'll be sitting on a 9-point lead. Third down might be the last play of the first half. Same alignment, triple wing left.
Illegal formation, too, Keith.
The pass is away, and the pass is incomplete, and you've got a penalty flag.
Both of the outside men got right up on the line of scrimmage, which made the inside man illegal to go down for a pass.
What was it?
The head linesman was right on the job and saw it.
Auburn is pleading their case for defensive interference downfield, but Frank called it for you. It's illegal lineup. It looked like they were lined up.
Yes, the two outside men
illegally.
both were on the line of scrimmage, making the inside man illegal.
Got ineligible downfield on the offense. Refused.
So it's fourth down with 4 seconds to play in the first half.
Alabama's going to do, Auburn's going to do exactly the same thing again, I believe. He's just throw it in the end zone. And what we should point out,
Sullivan's going to have to throw it a long way to get it to the end zone.
Remember this, that if there is a penalty call for interference, the offense gets another play and they can kick a field goal.
He's got it up. Ball hits the ground, no flag thrown. First half is over. And after 1/2 of play at Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama 7 and Auburn 7. And here's Vern.
All right, Keith. Pat, obviously the people's run gave your folks just tremendous momentum.
Well, you know, the kicking game killed us. And we've had the ball down, and we should be, right now, we should be 8-10 points up. And, but that's football, and, you know, we play them with a lot of emotion and so forth, but we're making too many mistakes now, and from the sideline and on the field.
Nonetheless, you're very, very much in this ball game.
We thought we'd be in it when we got here. And, you know, they got a great football team and great talent, and Coach Brown will do a super job getting them adjusted at half. We got to do the same thing. We just need to come back out and settle down, play football, and not make the mistakes that we made.
Pat, one more word. You are flying in the face of tradition in the use of your quarterbacks. That's something you just don't see very often.
Well, you know, we got a situation now. We got the two freshmen that offered a lot of talent, and Joe Sullivan has got great leadership, and we're just going to, you know, we've taken them all year long and try to give them something that they can do to give a team a chance to win, move the football.
Okay, Pat, thank you.
Vern.
Pat Dye, head coach of Auburn NCAA college football. Alabama versus Auburn will continue after this commercial message and a word about an upcoming show on ABC. You might want to open it up, go to the pass a little bit more here in the second half.
I beg your pardon?
Is there a chance you might want to go to the pass a little more here in the second half?
Well, we tried to pass and have open in the first half and dropped the ball over the field. We're going to run straight at them, try to get triple option going. We've been playing like we're afraid we'd hurt somebody, hurt their feelings or something.
All right, Coach, good luck.
What do you think the clubhouse auditorium was like, huh? I'd love to have heard the You could tell he's fired up. He's after it.
Alabama kicks off to start the second half to Auburn. And that's Buford, quarterback. coming out of the end zone with it. And he gets his leg lock on the 17, where Auburn will have it. And the halftime statistics read this way.
You can see that Auburn surprisingly leads in the stats in first downs, yardage. Surprisingly, a big advantage in passing, total yardage. The turnovers, Alabama 2, Auburn 1. And 3 missed field goals by Auburn, and you can see why Bear Bryant was saying we're going to run right at them.
But Auburn has the ball now in the first possession of the second half in a 7-7 ball game, and they go inside the Peoples, and George is across the 20, just barely. The offensive unit for the Tigers, Sullivan starting at quarterback, Peoples at fullback, James and Edwards at running back, Christopher Woods, the wide man, big guys in the trenches, Jordan, Gorham, Hicks, Euchre, Arlington, and West. Willie Howell is now in, number 20. James goes in motion on second down and 7. And the gain is out to about the 23, where they'll be looking at third and close to 4. Mike Pitts is the defensive end for Alabama, 243-pounder. Jackie Klein, a tackle. Klein weighs in at 266. Warren Lyles, the middle guard, 257. Randy Edwards, a tackle, 248. And at end, Russ Wood, 215. A red elephant rolling on his, well, it was, on his bicycle. Third down and a little over 4. Peoples now has reached 100 yards on 13 carries of the ball game, and Sullivan is caught. Nope, gets away. Look at this. Gets his pass off. It's going to be picked off and dropped by Perrin. Denny Perrin had it. Was setting up the run, and he dropped it. Oh, my goodness.
You're going to see it's kind of a confused, weird play. I think it was a quick turnout to the wide receiver, but then number 31, Mike Rodriguez, broke in the backfield, flushed Sullivan out. Then he turns and throws the ball up for scramble. Denny Perrin, number 23, has it in his hands and drops it.
The kick rush on by Alabama. Little feigning act put on by Bollinger, but it doesn't get him anything. And the fair catch after a 32-yard punt is down at the Alabama 45. Take a look at it now as you see Jeremiah Castillo flashing in.
If his foot's in the air, Keith, it's roughing the penalty. Once he puts his foot down, I don't believe Castillo touched him at all. I agree with you. It's a little acting part.
Yeah.
Kickers have to have good theatrics.
Yeah, but the foot had come down. He had both of his feet down by the time Castillo had gone by.
Then he's just another football player once he gets his kicking foot back on the ground.
Ball is on the 45. And Ken Coley shows up at quarterback now for Alabama for the first time today.
Strangely enough, he's the one that started the season, has been injured, and hadn't played much in the last 4 games.
He's also very good running back. That time he isn't going anywhere. Looked to me like that ball might have been snapped a little before he
That's exactly
it.
right, Keith. The center snapped at the defense charge.
Coley at quarter. We've got Mickey Ginyard in there right now as Paul Bryant starts out substituting instantly. Beasley, Adcock, Mott, Vickers, McQueen, and Kraut, and we've got an Auburn man shaken up on the field. And time called for him, a loss of a yard on Coley's carry to make it 2nd down and 11. And let's have a look now at the big guys who play defense for the Auburn Tigers. Zach Hardy at end is a 230-pounder. Edmund Nelson made a couple of big plays in the first half, 252. Dow Ortman, nose guard, 227-pounder. Jeff Jackson, defensive end. And number 27 coming off the field, that's David King, who was involved in a tip that resulted in an interception for Auburn in the first half. But here's Alabama in good field position, 2nd down 11 from their own 44 in a tie ball game at 7, and Coley looking for the corner. And he finds the corner, and he gets it up to midfield. So he gained 6 yards on the carry. He'll be looking at 3rd down and 5. The Auburn linebackers are Dennis Skutak, 207-pounder. Chris Martin, 227 pounds. Secondary, David King, shaken up a moment ago, 175. Tim Drinkard as 166-pounder. Bob Harris, big guy, 212, and Mark Formany at 184. It's 3rd down and 5 from midfield. Coley turns it in the middle. Penalty flag goes down. Coley goes down at the Auburn 46, a yard short of the first down. Let's see what the call is. Face mask against Auburn.
Gee, that's a tough break, Keith. Auburn had him stopped short of the first down. Now it's a big 15-yard penalty.
Well, that hurts. If you're an Auburn partisan. Ball is moved down just inside the 32, where it's first down Alabama. Auburn has been flagged 5 times for 45 yards. Alabama once for 10. They break the bone as Coley hands it off inside the Brooks. Now it's Moore it is, carrying the ball. Mickey Ginyard, number 24, had made an appearance. He's still in there. He is a freshman out of Atlanta. And Moore is a freshman out of Huntsville, Alabama.
As we look at the Alabama offense in the second quarter, we can see why Barry said we're changing our strategy back and start doing the things that we do best. Run right at them. Run the triple option.
The penalty really hurt Auburn because they had Alabama stopped on 4th and about 2. Here's Coley. And Coley is gang tackled as he closes in on the 23. That'll leave him about a yard and a half short of his first down, with Quincy Williams, a sophomore out of Douglasville, Georgia, making the stop. Ben Dross comes in now for Alabama, and Joey Jones, the smaller of the 2 leads.
Pete, this is the first test Auburn defense has had to try to stop them.
They need a good 2. Ball pops up in the air. Coley grabs it on the way down, lunges, and he's short. Now Ortman was there to bring him down. It's going to be 4th down and about a yard.
The quarterback juggled the ball from center. You can see as he puts it out in the fullback's hand, it's knocked right out. Moore, the freshman fullback, hit it, and Coley was really lucky to get it back.
All right, Ben Thomas goes in to help anchor the defensive front for Auburn as Alabama's going to go on 4th and 1. Auburn linebackers settle in there. They've got about a 9-man front up there. They give it off to Moore. He goes over the top and looks like he's got his first down.
The head lineman is spotting the ball beyond the first down marker.
Minutes and 21 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter, and we are even at 7. Auburn has missed 3 field goal opportunities.
And another opportunity when they threw an interception on first down at the 1-yard line.
Right. First down time. Here the Auburn 21. Coley looks to throw. Goes over the middle. Jones knocked away. Great defensive play by Tim Drinkard.
Keith, that was a brilliant defensive play. Jones had Trinket beat on the post route. The ball is right on target. Look at this. Watch Trinket. He's beat on the play. Watch this effort right here as he throws his left arm out and deflects the ball incomplete. Keith, that was a sensational play.
They're hungry, too.
Yes, they are.
2nd down and 10. Number 92 stepped across Scott Riley and made contact. Whether he was tempted, teased? Yes, he was.
Where'd you get that word, teased? That's exactly what Alabama did. Oh, they wanted to get after him so quickly. They made a little false move.
Offense.
So Auburn gets burned by a face mask penalty, and now Alabama gets nailed with a 5-yard procedure call. Backs the ball up to beyond the 26. where it is 2nd down and 15.
Vendros, the wide receivers, lined up at tight end on the right.
That sends Jones, the speedster, to the top of the picture. Foley back to throw, flips that little shovel pass inside to Vendros, and Vendros has got a 1st down. Touchdown, Alabama! Of the playbook.
Is there any reason why we all say that Bear Bryant is the greatest football coach of our time, if not of all time? That's coaching.
Kim, the extra point. It's good. At 9:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. Little shovel pass from Foley to Vendros.
You can see Foley rolling to the left. Vendros is a tight end. He's going to shovel the ball. The coaches call this the old Utah pass. Jack Curtis, when he was coaching at Utah University, used to use this effectively. A great block by Jones on touch, the defensive halfback, and Vendros goes in for the score. What a play.
And Alabama goes back on top of the Auburn Tigers by a score of 14-7. All right, Alabama ready to kick off with Terry Sanders kicking, and the deep man for Auburn is Clayton Buford, the freshman quarterback, as the Tide leads 14-7. 9:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's a sailor. It goes to Buford at the 1. He's got a wedge, and he's cut down with a pretty hard-nosed tackle downfield on the 17. Another look at the Alabama touchdown.
Anytime you see a ball carrier score wide open like this without being touched, look at the blocking. Number 26, look at the left of your screen. As you see, number 26 knocks Skutak, the linebacker, down. Now we're going to pick up the 2nd great block by little Joey Jones. Number 4 on tough. Number 40, the defensive quarterback. Vendros scores. What a play.
And Auburn comes back now with Harvey at quarterback. And from they're going to start him on the 18 rather than the 17. Give him 2 yards. Alabama's possession and touchdown, capping the 55-yard drive.
That's Jesse Vendros, number 88. This receiver lined up at tight end on that particular play.
2nd down and 8 from the 20. Option. 1st man through. Fullback Peoples got it. And he got about 3 yards. So they're looking now at, well, it's near the 22, so call it 3rd and 6. Tommy Carroll, wide man. Bobby rolls that way. Gets his pass off. It's thrown into the seats. Incomplete. And the reason was that number 81, Mike Pitts, leveled him. He didn't have any place to go because Lyles was on the other side. And so Auburn will have to punt. Bollinger comes in. Last time Bollinger punted now, Alabama went after him. He kicked it 32 yards. They've got 10 people up on the line. Drop off. And the kick is away. Not long again. Ball goes through Jones. It's loose. Auburn man chasing it. Clinton can't find it. He's still dribbling it. He falls on it. He's down on the 1. It is Auburn football. Can you believe it?
Keith, what a play.
Chuck Clinton opened the ball game on a brilliant punt return that gave Auburn an early scoring opportunity. They didn't cash that one in, but he was pursuing it. There was an Alabama man after it. They kept dribbling it between them, and finally Auburn covered it, and they'll put it down just inside the Alabama 3.
That was just about a 40-yard fumble, Chief. Can you believe that? Dribble, yes. That's exactly what he was doing, and he has every right to. As long as he doesn't kick it, he's making a bona fide effort to pick it up.
All right, they go to a double wing set with Hobby, the quarterback. They give it to People, and People sort of disappears in that stack of white. Let's go back to that fumble by Jones now. The ball goes through Joey, and now you see him fall down. Number 30 falls down. Now here comes Clinton into the picture.
Clinton, number 2. He picks the ball with his left hand. Watch him dribble it down. He still hasn't got it. Picks it with his right hand. Kicks it over with his left hand. He's making a bona fide effort to get the ball. I think that's legal.
This is James for the corner. Touchdown. Now Auburn with a chance to tie the score again as Lionel James hits the corner for the score. Del Greco, the kick. It is up. It is just good. He hooked it pretty sharply, but he got it in. And it's 7:51 to play in the third quarter. We're even again at 14.
Look once again at the punt. Jones, number 4, lets the ball go right through his arm. Strangely enough, it goes right through his leg. Clinton, number 2, trying to pick it up. He bats it down with his hands, making a bona fide effort to try to get it. Up and down, around, finally goes all the way back to the 2-yard line. Jones, and then Clinton, number 2, falls on it for Auburn's ball. Goodness, what a play. Don't think I've ever seen anything like that, Keith.
Well, I'll tell you, too, the artificial surface had something to do with it as well, because that ball bounces around. And here's Lionel James now, slipping away from Robbie Jones and getting in for the touchdown.
No substitute for speed when you run wide. And James showed his quickness as he went into the end zone.
I remember another fella named James who played halfback at Auburn. He didn't have that kind of speed.
He's the present governor, and his young son is a halfback on the present Auburn team.
Bob James, we're talking about. All right, we get a little mix-up down there, but it's Jones who comes down with the ball and looking for the sidelines and finds quite a bit of room as Joey comes all the way back out to the 25. So now, here's Alabama. As Auburn, after the unusual pursuit of the ball after the fumble, takes it in from 2 yards.
All made possible by the fumble on the punt by Joey Jones. And the great effort by Clinton to recover the ball on the 3.
Ken Coley is in there at quarterback. Ken Simon, number 20. And he has the ball, and he might have a sore head after that hit.
Donnie Humphrey, number 79, big defensive tackle for Auburn, just penetrated and hit Simon before he had any chance to move forward.
The ebb and flow of emotion in this game. So dramatic.
It is dramatic, and it makes a difference in how you play.
They give him some yardage on that with his initial penetration before the Tigers rolled him back. So call it second down at about 9, and Coley's on a roll now. Not a whole lot of help over there for the Alabama quarterback, and Coley is down, and he may have been deflated by that hit from Greg Cutt. Cutt really hit him.
Let's watch it again. Number 11. Coley is rolling out. It's a run all the way. The lineman of Alabama downfield blocking. Cutt, number 40, is the defensive quarterback. Right there, it looks like, yes, their heads collided. Number 40, number 11.
Timeout for the injured Coley with 6:54 to play in the third quarter and a 14-14 tie. Legion Field now under lights We have had a beautiful sunset. And we have 6:50 to play in the third quarter with the clock running. And Walter Lewis is in replacing Ken Coley at quarterback for Alabama on 3rd down and 9. Back to throw it. Got some heat. Gets away. Got some more heat. Gets it off. Pass incomplete. Thrown out of bounds. And Lewis took a pretty good wallop. Ben Thomas, a 245-pound freshman from Auburn, Georgia, got him. I mean, he got him. Coley was helped off the field, but he was walking.
If we mentioned it would be a hard-fought struggle. Both of these teams play hard, they play fierce, and they know how to tackle.
The punt by Simmons. Quentin, who's been quite a figure in this ball game, accepts it back at the 25, and he's knocked out of bounds up around the 33. 47-yard punt. Next Saturday, a doubleheader with the Georgia Bulldogs, ranked number 3 in the nation, against old Georgia Tech. You'll have the Division III and Division III championship and Division II semifinals. And we'll finish the day out of the Vet in Philadelphia with the annual between Army and Navy. Hobby is at quarterback. And George Peoples sticks his helmet in the crowd and moves it out to about the 38. That's almost 5 yards.
If we hadn't mentioned much about the offensive line of Auburn, which has been the surprise of the ball game. Hicks at center, Garner, Rowe, Yuka, and Arrington. Doing a good job.
2nd and 5. They take it inside again. George Peoples is earning his supper, and it looks like he may have a first down. Let's spend a moment with Vern.
We're here with Ken Coley, the quarterback. Bruised. He might be back. They don't know that, but it is no head injury.
It's a bruised what, Vern? I didn't hear that.
Bruised right knee.
Oh, thank you. The way he got hit, I was worried about the neck shoulder area. Just short of the first down. Peoples now with 112 yards on 17 carries.
One thing about the wishbone, if you pull back and make yardage up the middle, Chief, you've got a chance. That is the first part of the triple option. You need to get a surge by the offensive line, and Auburn's doing a little better this half.
3rd down, and they need about 6 inches.
It'll be a tough 6 inches.
Quarterback just dives right down Monk's the knees and ankles, trying to get his 6 inches. Quarterback is Hobby right now. Freshman from Tifton, Georgia. Well, he didn't get a whole lot, did he? They're going to have to bring the chain on again, looks like.
What happens when the quarterback goes underneath the offensive lineman? His knee sometimes touches, Keith, before he gets much yardage. Looks from this vantage point that he has the first down.
It's also rather difficult, I think, for the linesman to really make a true read on it.
That's correct. Good point.
See it.
Very good point. From experience, I know.
Keith Jackson, Frank Broyles, and Vern Lundquist here at Legion Field in Birmingham with 5:31 to go in the third quarter and a tie ball game at 14 and first down for Auburn. Auburn playing Alabama. Mighty tough. Here goes Peoples. That's the play he almost, in fact, that's the play he broke the touchdown run on, and by golly, he almost snuck out of there again.
From the end zone, look at the left side, or your right side of the screen. Number 56, Charles Garner, is an undersized offensive guard. 6 feet, 215 pounds. He's blocking on all-conference, all-American Thomas Boyd, and he opens up a 9-yard gain.
2nd down and 1. Let's see if they go along with it, if they'll stay with the ground. Nope, he's going to put it up. He's going for Woods. It's going to be picked off. Benny Perrin makes the interception. Well, he tried to go for the big play, and it backfired on him. As Perrin makes the interception, the ball wasn't thrown deep enough to make it a real serious threat. 2nd time that Hobby has been intercepted.
Wood, the fastest of the receivers for Auburn, but Perrin, he's not covering the man, he's playing the ball. The ball was underthrown. Perrin's a very fine athlete, good high school basketball player, could have gone to Alabama on a basketball scholarship, intercepts it and returns it, gives Alabama another opportunity.
Crimson Tide with the football, first down at their own 35.
Alabama in the first half departed from their usual game plan, tried to throw the ball, and come back in the second half running the wishbone.
There's Benny. Walter Lewis is now the quarterback. Mickey Ginyard goes in motion, and the ball is handed off to Moore, and the big freshman just keeps on ricocheting off Auburn people until he is finally dropped at the 48, and that's the first down.
Steve Mott, the offensive center, is blocking on Altman, the nose guard, and you can see he takes him all the way to the left. Moore, number 26, picks up the block of Vickers, makes a nice, powerful run. Just runs with power and authority, 225-pound freshman fullback.
First down Tide. Ginyard again in motion, and they go inside again to Moore. And Ricky's now in Auburn territory at about Tiger 47. That's another 5 yards.
One thing about the Auburn defense, when you play with so much emotion, Keith, and you stay out on the field as much as Auburn has, you have a tendency to wear down just a little bit. They played with such emotion, it's just hard to keep going at that pace.
They like to stay with Moore. And he's inside the 45 to the 43. Earlier today, Marino was intercepted 4 times by Penn State, and the Nittany Lions beat the Panthers 48 to 14. Stunning score. Notre Dame beaten by Miami yesterday, 37 to 15. Florida winning today. Third down at a yard. Lewis goes outside to Ginyard. And Ginyard has the first down, and the ball comes loose. Auburn says, we've got it. And they do. Ken Drinkard comes up with the ball from his cornerback position, so it looked like Alabama was on a roll. And they turn it over at 3:08 to go in the third quarter, and a score tied at 14. Watch here, you'll see 24 get around the corner for a good-sized gain before hit, and out comes the football. Right here. And Drinkard covered it, and here's Auburn with the ball now, and Ginyard was Alabama's 10th ball carrier. The football is at the Auburn 33. First down for the Tigers. And inside goes George Peoples again. Buford is in there at quarterback. Tennessee defeated Vanderbilt 38 to 34. Commodores were a problem for a lot of folks this year. 28-24 Boston College.
Going back to Vanderbilt, they could throw the football, Steve. They had a fine passing attack.
Southern Mississippi getting back on the winning track after being upset last week by Louisville. It's second down at about 5, and here's Buford outside to James. Bad pitch. Lionel James cannot get away. Down he goes at the 35. Houston rolling over Rice today, 40 to 3. Bill Yeoman's Cougars going to the Sun Bowl. Oklahoma beating Oklahoma State 27 to 3, and they will play Houston in the Sun Bowl.
Here are the turnovers. Alabama, 4 fumbles, lost 3, 1 interception. Auburn, 2 interceptions.
Third down and 8 now for the Tigers. Sullivan, ball batted down. I don't know if it's batted down so much as he just nailed Robbie Jones right in the face mask with it.
Once again, the Alabama defense took the field after the turnover, turned Auburn back, forcing the kick.
Bollinger took on it. Jones to receive it.
Again, Alabama has 10 men at the line of scrimmage.
Pressure just barely gets it away. And Jones fumbles again. Auburn's got the ball. Hicks recovers the football for the Auburn Tigers. He hits the ball up into the wind. It's kind of hung there, Frank.
Yes, it did. He's kicking into a wind, but still Jones should have caught the ball. He was trying to nurse it in. He was too careful, and the ball came right out. Hicks, the center, recovered it.
And the Tigers are in business. First down. The pitch to the wide side, and it is Willie Howell running into the boundary, and the penalty flag is on the field. Auburn's ball at the Alabama 33.
Holding on Auburn.
That's a big one versus the illegal use of the hands or the pushing.
You know, Joey Jones, number 4, the safety man, really it's shocking that he has fumbled 2 punts. He's the best pass receiver that Alabama's had in a couple of years. Great hands. Has done a good job before as we listen to the penalty.
Holding, offense.
Really a surprise.
Ball moves back to the 42. First down at about 20. Hobby gives to Lionel James. And James is caught by Al Blue, sophomore from Maitland, Florida, as he gets it back down to around the 37. ABC's NFL Monday Night Football will come to you out of the Orange Bowl in Miami with Howard, Frank, and Don. The Philadelphia Eagles of the NFC East, and the Miami Dolphins of the AFC East. 9 Eastern time. It's a big ball game for both those clubs. Second down at about 14. Hobby sets up the throw. Goes over the middle. The pass is caught by Carroll. Tommy Carroll makes the catch at the Alabama 23.
Carroll, number 84, is going right in behind the linebackers. Hobby lays the ball with good touch right over the linebacker's head. As you see, Perrin and Blue, number 34, come in and make the play, but Carroll had good possession of the ball, kept the ball in his grasp, even though he was searched by 2 men. 2 Alabama players.
About 14 yards on the carry, but it's not quite 14 because they're about a foot short of the first down. See the time remaining in the third quarter. Third down and about a foot. Quarterback Hobby, good habit. He's got good movement behind Charlie Garnham and Bob Hicks, the left guard and center. Well, Alabama says, let's bring the chain on and check it to make sure. They have that privilege, and they exercise it. 42 seconds to go in the third quarter. First down. So the clock remains stopped until the chain is put in place. Let's see if Auburn can hustle here and get off a couple of plays. The clock is now going. Buford is in at quarterback. They're working into the wind. Auburn will have the wind, what little there is in the final quarter. Buford coming out behind some blocking, then turns it back in and goes down. Penalty flag goes down with him.
Calling a penalty on number 85 of Auburn, Ed West, the tight end.
The tackle was made by Russ Wood.
Look on the right side of your screen, lower right, number 85, West, the tight end, trying to block number 96 of Alabama. Randy Edwards, the defensive tackle. You see, he's got him right in the back, clipping all the way. Number 85 blocking on number 96, Randy Edwards.
Auburn now 7 flags, 69 yards. Alabama 2, 15 yards. Ball comes back to the Alabama 39, 12 seconds to go in the third quarter. Still first down and long for Auburn as George Peoples runs it off the right side and gets it back down to the 33. And the third quarter is over. The score is tied at 14-14. We'll continue after this commercial message and a word from our local station. Well, here's your final 15 minutes of the traditional between Alabama and Auburn. They are tied 14-14. Auburn with the ball at the Alabama 33. The second down and 20. Joe Sullivan is the quarterback for the Tigers. Sullivan gets blocking, goes back the other way with it, hits Lionel James with it. Thomas Boyd runs him down and knocks him out of bounds, and a penalty flag is thrown, and it's going to go against Alabama.
Thomas Boyd, number 90, was a linebacker covering the halfback across the backfield, James. Boyd had great speed. As we look at the stats for the first 3 quarters, look how even they are. Time of possession, 22-29, 22-31. How close can you be? Except the fumbles by Alabama, the turnovers, but Auburn's defense, look at this, only 164-yard total offense, and Alabama has been averaging 380 a game. Both defenses have played extremely well.
It is Auburn's ball, third down and a half a yard near the Alabama 13. Buford, the quarterback, goes outside to James. James is out of bounds at the 5. First and goal to go, Auburn. Remember, Paul Bryant with a win today passes Amos Alonzo Stagg, a young man who was his assistant coach at Alabama for 9 years. Pat Dye, in his first year at Auburn, is threatening now to regain the lead over his old coach. Ken Hobby is in at quarterback. First and goal from the 5. Peoples is your fullback, and Hobby keeps it, and down he goes. Mike Pitts was right there to make the stop on him.
One thing that, if you followed college football, you know Alabama's defense can really rise to the occasion when they are backed up to the goal line. I saw Penn State run 6 plays from the 1-yard line and didn't score 2 weeks ago. Going to have to go at one time, Keith, or throw for it. I don't believe they can inch it up.
It's at the 7 now after the 2-yard loss. Second down and goal. Bobby gives it to Peoples. He's back to the 5.
Keith, I think we should remember and recall that on this part of the field, Auburn was stopped. Their kicker missed the field goal from the right hash mark. They were here again in the first half. They threw a pass. Wilcox intercepted. Auburn has had 4 scoring opportunities and gone away empty.
Third and goal from the 5. Peoples back toward the center of the field to about the 3. Now here comes Del Greco.
I think that Pat Dye was going for the field goal as he ran the ball on 3rd down and 5, which is not a running down unless you're trying to get the ball in front of the goalpost for the field goal. A little bit of a surprise call.
All right, Del Greco has missed from 25, missed from 43, missed from 22, and now this is a 19-yarder. The kick is good this time. And Auburn is in the lead 17-14 with 12 minutes and 58 seconds to play in a game that has history all over it. Al Del Greco, a sophomore from Coral Gables, Florida, obviously elated. The opportunity to put his team into the lead 17-14, and that's how he reacted when he saw the ball go through the upright. Now, Alabama will receive the kickoff. In the last 7 possessions, Alabama has fumbled it 4 times. They have been intercepted twice, and they've scored a touchdown. Joey Jones settles under the kickoff at the 5. And he is ridden out at the 24 by Jeff Jackson. You've got 12 minutes and 52 seconds to play in the ball game.
That's really surprising for an Alabama football team this late in the season. That many turnovers. Just not a typical characteristic play of a Bear Bryant team.
Ricky Moore, Jeff Fagan, Lenny Patrick lined up in the wishbone for Alabama behind Walter Lewis. Lewis under pressure. Throws a little pass off trying to get it to Moore. It's an incomplete forward pass. Donnie Humphrey and Zach Hardy were the Auburn people putting the heat on.
One thing that we should point out about the wishbone, pass protection has always been the problem since they spend so much time working on the running game. When you get behind in the wishbone and have to throw, it's very limited style of play.
Walter Lewis has to leave the game to get a new shirt, and Alan Gray replaces him at quarterback for Alabama. Ben Ross comes wide to the bottom of the picture. Gray goes the other way to the tight side of the field. And Greg Carr looked like, no, it's Danny Sputak, who got him to the shoe tops and dumped him out of bounds to make it 3rd down at about 6 from the 29.
Ted Thomas told Keith this morning, told me this morning that the Auburn defense was as good as any in the conference, and I believe that he's right.
Lewis is back now on 3rd and a long 6. Walter's pass in the air is good. And Bendross has a 1st down out at the 41. And Lewis nailed him right on the numbers with it.
Boy, that was an excellent throw. Watch Lewis's footwork. He's going to get set, turn, step, and he rifles the ball. Bendross, number 88, was out in front of Drinkard, number 18. You can see Drinkard is worried about the deep pass. Bendross is making fake deep, turns, the ball has already been thrown. The ball is right on the numbers, couldn't be intercepted. Fine throw, excellent catch.
1st down, Alabama, 41-yard line. That's more. Big freshman has a lot of promise.
Not only does he have a lot of promise, but the Auburn secondary, Keith, are some kind of tackles. Moore, 225, got momentum. The safety man, Harris, comes up and turns him back to the towards the Alabama goal line. Alabama certainly doesn't want to make any mistakes now. Be sure of what they call.
Auburn leading 17-14. It's 2nd down and 4 for Alabama. Well, Moore's in trouble this time. There was good penetration in the middle. It looked like Ben Thomas. Big Ben.
Ben Thomas is just a freshman. He's playing in place of Altman, the starting nose guard. Mott, number 58, is trying to block him, but he gets the penetration. Is what you try to do against the wishbone. Big freshman, 260 pounds, makes the key play. 3rd down and long.
If you don't penetrate against the wishbone, you are whipped.
You have no chance of stopping it. Boy. 1st down, you to death.
3rd down. Here's Lewis on a roll. Man had him by the face mask, and he pulled away from that. And here's a late flag as Humphrey comes over. And it looked like Donnie got him by the face mask. Let him go. You've got a holding call against Auburn.
Keith, it was a sensational run by Lewis, the quarterback. 4.5, 40-yard speed, tacked on at the end of the run, the penalty that is.
Obviously a first down.
Here it is. Lewis, number 10, has the ball in his left hand. Number 79, Humphrey, slows him up momentarily. I guess he grabbed the face mask right there. Now,
but the actual penalty call is holding, not face mask.
well, let's see if we can detect where the holding is. Oh, yeah, number 79's got a hold of his jersey. You can see him pull his jersey over. And he gets the face mask. He's now, the decision by Pat Dye to go for 3 on 4th down rather than try to make a touchdown on 3rd down may come back to haunt him. He's over for a touchdown.
Bendros, touchdown.
Keith, he was lined up at tight end.
A 38-yard pass from Walter Lewis to Jesse Bendros. Penn State 2 weeks ago. And the old Red Elephant's able to stay on his bicycle that time. Kim is in for the kick. He hooks it and he gets it in. And Alabama is back on top, leading Auburn by 4.
Why would you put you split in at tight end? Because you know the safety man, Downey, is supporting the option play. You get a little more speed with your split receiver instead of crowd the normal tight end. And you can see how far he is in behind Downey for the touchdown, and we'll be right back after this.
7 to play in the ball game. Alabama 21, Auburn 17. Alabama will kick off. Buford is the deep man. He comes across, has a look. It's deep in the end. Oh, my goodness, he's coming out. Well, he gets out to about the 19. He was indecisive. He gets back to the 19. Another look at Bendros at the tight end.
Keith, let's see if we can notice 46. Dormany. Yeah, you can see he's the safety man. He's supporting the option play. And he's beaten very badly on the play. 5 yards in behind him is Bendros with his great speed. Lining up at tight end, a little something special Bear Bryant works out for a particular defense.
Got a man down on the field, an Auburn man. And he's coming out of the ball game. I believe it was Greg Zip who was shaken up, came off the field. All right, from the 19, let's see what Auburn can do with its offense. Trailing by 4 points is Hobby. Goes on an option, out to about the 22. Picked up 3 yards, and we go inside 10 minutes to play in the ball game as Russ Wood makes the tackle.
And the old momentum has shifted again, very suddenly. Penalty against Auburn gave Alabama a first down, and a special play for the Auburn defense resulted in a touchdown pass.
It's been a day of fierce ebb and flow of emotions. Both teams have had their highs and their lows. They hand it off inside. Peoples the fullback. He's up to about the 24, maybe the 25. And Eddie Lowe runs into him there and brings him down. Peoples now 23 carries in the ball game and 139 yards for Auburn. And next Saturday, doubleheader time. Georgia Tech, the Division III championship, the Division II semifinals, and then Army-Navy from Tibet and Philly at 3:45 Eastern time. Navy going to the Liberty Bowl this year. Buford trying to go down the line on the option. Can't do it. Robbie Jones penetrated and got him. Locked his arms, and he could not deliver to the trailing back.
Robbie Jones, number 97, leading tackler for the Alabama football team this year. Very quick read on the option. Penetrated. Just an outstanding play in a very, very critical situation.
Bollinger into punt now for Auburn on 4th down. That was good. Low kick. And an effort at running it back by Darrell White. New man put back there to receive the punt. Now, number 30 has not been in this ball game except on the kicking team, and all of a sudden he's sent back there to field the punt. This after Joey Jones had fumbled it twice.
I think that was a good decision. The confidence that Jones had lost after fumbling twice was too risky to let him try to catch another one, even though he'd had good success all season long.
Alabama sets up now on the Auburn side of the field. Exactly where they put it.
Big question here, can the Auburn defense rise to the occasion and force a punt?
At the 49 of Auburn. First down, Alabama. Lewis at quarterback. That's Lenny Patrick. Can't hold him. Look out. What a tough, determined run by Lenny Patrick.
You just don't see any better individual effort than Lenny Patrick, number 25, make on this play. It's the sweep play, which gives him a chance to use his ability. Two good blockers out in front of him. Moore, number 26, is going to knock Gorman in that right there. And you can see Patrick is not giving up, keeping his feet going, cutting back against the grain. Comes close to scoring. Just a sensational run.
Got 32 yards on the carry. Into the middle goes Hagan. And he moves from about the 17 of Auburn to near the 15, where Dan Dickerson makes the stop on him. Lenny Patrick has not had a very good year. As a matter of fact, the Bears done an awful lot of growling at him.
He's been in doghouse.
Yes, he has.
Benched because of some disciplinary problems during the year, but he's coming back, and that was his best run of the season for him, I'm sure.
No question. Second down, 8. Patrick again. Touchdown. People exult in their touchdown to build the lead up to 10 points. I want to say this about Lenny Patrick. He's had his problems this year. But here, ladies and gentlemen, in the flash of just seconds, you may very well have seen a moment of character making for a young man.
And he's just a sophomore. He was a leading ball carrier last year as a freshman for Alabama. Had the freshman record for Alabama.
Patrick got 47 of the 49 yards on the touchdown drive. Kim's kick is good, and it is now Alabama 28 and Auburn 17 with 7 minutes and 7 seconds to play.
If you watch college football, how many times have you seen the pitch play where you toss the ball out to your tailback, let him use his ability, give him the freedom to go all the way? Patrick makes a great run in for the touchdown, and we'll be right back after this.
And I mean that literally. Because Alabama has an 11-point lead, and they have unquestioned emotion on their side right now. The kick goes skittering out of bounds. That'll cost them 5 yards, and Sanders will re-kick it.
As we line up for the second kickoff, I think we should point out again, Keith, that the Auburn offense is not designed to come from behind. They have not got the outstanding passer that you need. They be very limited in trying to catch the Alabama team right now. One thing wishbone teams try to avoid is getting too far behind where they have to play catch-up football. But Pat Dye is a winner. I want to say that. I mean it. I've known him. I tried to recruit him when he was a high school player before he enrolled at the University of Georgia.
They declined the penalty. They will accept the ball where it went out of bounds at the 31. So Auburn, with the option, exercising it, accept the football at the 31, and they'll go to work. Down by 11 points, and they give it a People. And he gets 4 to the 35. Rather than give Alabama a chance to kick it deep on them, they decide to take it out at the 31.
On the three previous kickoffs, they had not gotten it back to the 20.
No.
Pretty good decision.
Second down and 6. Quarterback Javi keeps it, and he's close to a first down as he gets it out around the 42. They do call it first down Auburn.
Wishbone offense, Keith, as we've said many times, is normally a ball control style of play with big play opportunities. That's what Alabama has done today in real tough situations.
28-17, Alabama. With 2 touchdowns here in the fourth quarter. Outside it goes to Lionel James. He cuts it back inside, and a good defensive play over there by Tommy Wilcox, a young man from Harahan, Louisiana, who came over to play for the Bears.
Just impossible to say just how good a football player Tommy Wilcox is a strong safety. He's just around the football. Bear Bryant thinks he's just a winner, has those winning qualities that you're looking for in a football player.
The ball is just over midfield, where it is second down and 1. And they try for the first down. They're close to it. I'll tell you, if Wilcox doesn't get James, he might have traveled. First down for the Tigers at the Alabama 48. Time now on Alabama's side at 5:40 to play in the game. Big day for George. Javi goes outside to James, and James goes out of bounds. Russ Wood, the primary tackler. Coming up on December 28th, it'll be the Tar Heels and the Hogs having at it down in Jacksonville at 9 Eastern Time here on ABC. And then on January evening, January 1, it'll be number 3 Georgia against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh went into today's game against Penn State, ranked number 1, and got clobbered. Second down, about 9. No chance. Sullivan it is, Joe Sullivan. And Mike Pitts, the defensive end, came roaring in to sack him. And that's the first time today.
Mike Pitts, 6'3", 240 pounds, left end. This is his 13th sack of the season. You can see why. Look at him close to the ball. Look at those steps, Keith. And he reaches out with those long arms, and Sullivan goes right to the ground.
He just beat the blocker.
Yes, he was so quick, blocker had no chance to block him. Minus 72 yards on the 13 sacks for Mike Pitts.
Third down at about 17. As Javi puts it up, Castile and Woods bump together, but no flag. As the pass goes out of bounds, incomplete at 4:41 to play in the ball game.
And Auburn is going to punt it away. Here, punt formation, at least.
I think they might very well here on 4th and 17.
Alabama has not placed their safety man back to receive the punt.
Auburn trying to down it down there, and they got a chance. And they do. Nope, he's on the line. He broke the plane, and it's going to come back to the 20. 53-yard punt. They were so close to getting the ball down on the 1. Auburn players are downfield complaining that they had it. But the official right there with them said, no, young man, when you touched the ball, I believe you were standing on the goal line.
Boy, Keith, that would have been a great break for Auburn if he could down the ball on the 1-foot line. Let's see if we can judge. It appeared from up here that the Auburn players were standing on the 1 and reached back over the goal plane.
He's on the goal line.
Well, one's on the goal line. Let's see. No. The one that caught it, what they're saying is he broke the plane. I don't believe that's the case. The ball has to hit the end zone.
Good defensive play by David King on Lenny Patrick. And Patrick is knocked down for a yard loss.
Well, that David King has had an outstanding year as a freshman. leads the team in interceptions as Patrick limped off the field. Number 25 scored the last touchdown.
It'll be second down,
For Alabama.
11, Alabama. Ruth in there replacing Patrick. The ball goes to Fagan. Fagan coming around the left side. Almost lost the ball. Looked like the first Auburn man that made contact with him. That ball sort of got a little loose. Bob Harris hit him first.
Well, that would be the worst thing that could happen to Alabama. The best thing that could happen to Auburn would be a fumble right now.
Clock is running at 3:45 to play in the ball game.
I promise you, the quarterback in the huddle is saying this to the team. Hold on the football. Don't let them knock it out. All we want is possession. If we can't make the first down, we'll punt it away.
Walter Lewis. Ken Coley started the second half. He was hurt. Lewis has played since. This is Caruth. And Caruth goes head over heels as Bob Harris takes the legs from under him. And Alabama will punt it at 3:15 to play in the game and leading 28-17. Well, we've enjoyed the 2 days of football. We've been able to bring you yesterday Miami and Notre Dame from the Orange Bowl, and today Alabama and Auburn from Birmingham. And 11 blue shirts on the line. They're going after it. And he gets it out of there. And no roughing. And the ball takes a soft bounce. It takes an Auburn bounce. And the Tigers are going to get it back at about the 38. It was a 38-yard punt with 2:49 to play in the game. This could be Auburn's last chance. First down from their own 38. As Hobby steps up, wants to go to Woods, does go at Woods. And they give him the catch. Yes, they do. My goodness. Made a pretty good catch of that thing. He had to just go right down to the ground and scoop it.
Good to see it again. Hobby number 13 is going to roll to the left, trying to get closer to his receiver. He does, has plenty of time. Then throws the ball very low to Woods. Woods goes to his knees, watches it in, pulls it in for the reception.
And the ball is at the Alabama 48. First down for Auburn. 2:26 to play in the game. Joe Sullivan, the quarterback. Wants to throw it. He's in trouble. He goes down. Jackie Klein, big junior. 266-pounder. The most valuable players for the ball game today. For Alabama, Jesse Bendross. 2 touchdowns, 3 catches, 76 yards. George Peoples had the biggest day of his career. 24 carries, 144 yards. Hobby's pass is good to Tommy Carroll. Down at the Alabama 35. Another first down for the Tigers. Carroll, 38 to play.
Yeah, Carroll is the wide receiver. Alabama obviously is playing deep with their cornerback, expecting the linebackers to cover the short passes. Wilcox, number 15, is trying to get in there, as Jones, number 97, but it's too late.
Up the middle goes George Peoples with the ball. And he goes from the 35 to the 26 of Alabama. He's got 9 yards on the carry. He's adding to his total. Now at 153 yards. 1:08 to play in the game. Out of the eye this time. For the first down, George Peoples. And he's got it. Timeout Auburn. They have 2 remaining at 56 seconds to play in the game. The score, Alabama 28 and Auburn 17. "56 seconds to play. Alabama leading by 11 points. If they hold on to win this ball game, and I see no real reason now why they won't, this man, Paul William Bryant, becomes the winningest college football coach in history. Hobby's pass is away, and it is incomplete. 49 seconds to play.
There he is. As I said at the top of the show, and I want to say it again, that all of us of the coaching profession that are of this era believe in that man, believe that he is the best coach of our time, if not the greatest coach of all time. We are proud and happy for him, and very pleased that one of our generation is going to set the record, Keith.
It's been a pleasure to see it happen over so many years. Sullivan to throw. And he is hit behind the line of scrimmage by Russ Wood and dropped back on the 31. Now, 38 seconds. The clock is running, and Auburn spends another timeout. They have one remaining. At the same time, and I am sure Paul Bryant would want it said, due respect should be paid to his former student. And I think any young coach who goes in there as an assistant, Mr. Bear, is in effect a student. His football team played well today.
They certainly have. Made some mistakes, but their defense did not get discouraged. They have confidence. Ken Donahue, one of the great defensive coaches in America, as we look again at Bear when he was saying to himself, gosh, I'll be glad when this is over. Oh, I'll be glad when this game is over. Look at the face. He's been through many a battle like this, Keith. To put his record in perspective, the nearest coach, active coach to his 315 wins is Bob Blackman with 162.
Up at Cornell now. The pass is away, could be picked off. It is. And it's Herron again. And he's got a lot of daylight. They finally get him out of bounds. Up on the 44 with 23 seconds to play in the football game. That will do it. Third interception off Hobby in the ball game today. And so you've been privileged today to watch a man make history in American sports.
Oh, little Benny Terran, number 23, has been a fine football player. As we look again at Bear Bryant, Paul Bear Bryant, great football player at Alabama.
They will run out the clock. As Lewis comes up to take the snap, Auburn has one timeout remaining. I don't know if they'll call it or not.
Keith, it's amazing. Bear Bryant did not become a head coach until he was 32 years old because of World War II, his time in service.
The game is over. The man has made history. 315 wins. This is a basic credo of Paul Bryant. If you believe in yourself and have dedication and pride and never quit, you'll be a winner. The price of victory is high, but so are the rewards. And I think as that mass of humanity moves slowly along the playing area, and we're waiting for our man Vern Lundquist to reach him to talk to him. There was a credo that was told to me by Fritz Chrysler, who played for Amos Alonzo Stagg at the University of Chicago. And it goes like this. Leave me no compromise on things half done. Keep me with a stern and stubborn pride. And when at last the fight is won, God, keep me still unsatisfied. And there is no satisfaction in a man like Paul Bryant. Of that I am sure. Because you never find satisfaction among restless men, and you never find leaders unless they are restless men.
You know, Keith, a lot of people generally love that guy. He's got more friends around the country. As I said earlier, all the coaches of our profession, we admire and respect him so very, very much. What a moment. 68 years old, still strong and active, and a winner from the very beginning.
waiting for the crowd to move into that area underneath the stands where Vern Lundquist will attempt to get to the coach. It will not be easy. I guess that covers it.
Says it all.
The Auburn Tigers obviously outmanned, fought them to the fourth quarter before Alabama finally locked it. And now let's see if we can join Vern Lundquist.
There has been so much conversation leading up to this moment. There's so much emotion right now. Can you possibly put what this means in perspective?
Oh, the greatest thing about it for me is that offensively we did nothing the first half. Our defense played well. Had one long run. The second half, I thought we played real well. It looked like a good Lord wasn't going to let us win there for a while. And then I was tremendously proud of them coming back and taking charge. And one of the greatest games I've ever played, and we still got a chance.
Did the emotion surrounding the history that has been set now have an effect on your kids in the first half, do you think?
I don't have any idea. I don't have any idea. That don't have any effect on me now. I'm just thinking they'll win the game, and maybe 2 hours from now I will or something.
Coach, this is 3:15. Can you remember anything from number one?
I can remember a lot from number one. Two of the guys that played number one were here today, 3 or 4 of them.
Well, it was a great honor for you, I know, to have so many of your former coaches and players here.
I'm tremendously proud of all of them. I'm real thankful to have had the privilege of being associated with all of them. I don't mean just players. I mean people, and great guys that have gone like Carney Laff and Frank Mullen, people like that have meant so much to me.
Coach, congratulations to you again. Bear Bryant, Keith.
All right, Vern. Now he's gone to the locker room, where he's going to insist on having a few moments with his Alabama football team. Well, the crowd now is starting to file out of Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama, as Alabama has defeated Auburn by a score of 28-17. And I would think that this man who wears the checkered hat probably had more people talking about him and interested in his activities today than almost any other sportsman I can think of. The face sometimes appears as it's carved out of granite. And I know from personal experience, the will is made of steel in the man. We're anticipating a call from President Reagan in his vacation home in Santa Barbara, California, where he is spending the Thanksgiving holidays. We're anticipating that he will make a phone call to Coach Paul Bryant. We'd like to be in the locker room to hear part of that conversation if we can. And that's why we are staying here for just a few more moments to see whether or not we will be able to bring you that conversation. Because President Ronald Reagan himself, a former sports announcer, and I would suspect if he watched the game today, he might very well like to have been sitting right where I have been sitting. Because it's a rare thing to watch a man step into history alone, occupy his own place. And the thing about Paul Bryant, he is not through. He is not through. He has no intention of stepping aside and quitting coaching. He's going off to the Cotton Bowl to play a very tough football team from the University of Texas. And he'll be back next year. So it looks like we're going to have to leave before the president's call comes through. But you've seen it. We hope you've enjoyed it. As Paul William Bear Bryant is now on 315 college football games. The final score, Alabama 28, Auburn 17. Blimp provided by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Travel arrangements made through and promotional fee paid by United Airlines. United flies more people to Hawaii than any other airline. That's what friendly skies are all about. This has been a presentation of ABC Sports, recognized around the world.